Yes, let's do the thing.
We're live on the internet.
Live on the internet?
Live on the internet.
How am I supposed to sneakily drink caffeine if we're live on the internet?
I don't know. Oh, they're so sparkly in the sun. I'm wearing unnecessary jewelry.
And it sparkles!
It's so sparkly. It's bringing me so much joy. We have so many people in the chat already. We have Asa and
Yep.
Barb and Rita and Melanie and Lisa. I can read names in a not stilted, very strange way. And Tracy. Hi. Hello, everybody.
Are you practicing for your voiceover career? What are you doing?
Definitely.
Definitely. Well, we're not expecting an Amazon package today, so I can put my phone on silent so we don't have to hear it the whole time.
Perfect. I don't even need to have my phone on for a pattern today. I'm so excited.
Failed to slide my thing. Man, I have it stacked all nice.
I do need just something that can measure 1.5 inches. Good grief. Am I done the ribbing? Is the eternal question. Of course, I grabbed the thing that I can't actually read. The distance.
I'm trying to artfully stack 50 billion skeins of yarn. It's an accurate measurement, people.
Absolutely.
You had 2 things you said?
I have 3 things.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You know what? I don't like this measuring stick. This is the world's most confusing measuring stick. It is a boy needle gauge. And it's...
I don't like that needle gauge at all.
The needle gauge part is fine. It's just the printing along the side is so confusing, I don't actually know how to read it. But the gauge part works fine, which is what I bought it for. Because for measurements, I just have a fabric tape measure. Well, I guess it's technically plastic, but whatever.
This is one of 8 that I have because I sew. Like
okay.
8 of these.
But they were in fact telling me the same thing, which is I am not done the ribbing yet. So that's what I'm working on.
Isn't the rule of thumb when you think you're doing the ribbing, you're at least only halfway there?
Well, I'm only like maybe 2 or 4 rows away. So,
okay,
you know, there's
there's
that.
Get excited at the halfway point, and it's not time. Guys, I don't even know what episode number we're at. 240 something.
240. Oh no, it's cut off 241, I think. I don't know. I don't know things. I did all the social posts this morning. I don't know what episode we're on. I think it's 241. We're off to a great start.
I bathed and then I put my hair in a bun. That is what I have accomplished. No, I've done errands and a bunch of background boring adulting. But we're going to do the fun stuff. Fun stuff. All right, 241. Oh, I could be wrong. I could be right. Who knows? Let's have a swig of eggnog and let's get this party started.
Also, is kindly confirming for us 241. That's great.
Thank you.
You'd think I could just like read it off the thing that's right in front of me, but I only get Northern Knits Podcast, a knitting, and then it's just ... and it doesn't have alt text apparently because accessibility be damned.
Yes. That's just sort of how accessibility works, isn't it? All right. Hopefully I look okay. I'm not too... Because I could turn my overhead light off and then be like you, would be kind of dramatic.
Oh, my overly dramatic? Sorry, it's a sunny day. I can be less dramatic.
I put on that frosted glass cling film thing on my windows.
I suppose I am a touch dramatic. Let's fix the drama.
I don't
have a little less drama.
I don't know if turning off when my light will work, but whatever. I leave both the lights on and then we get good lighting for the yarn. My face is not so relevant about this.
There we go. Slightly less drama.
Still waiting for winter here in Manitoba. Still waiting for a real fall here in Manitoba. I don't want to hear it, people, unless it's below 0 overnight, consistently. Not the, we had 0 one day. No. 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 No.
I'm enjoying a lovely middle of fall
degrees.
Over here. Yeah, that's
14 degrees
weird.
Yesterday.
That's warmer than here, that's weird.
Our high should be like 5 degrees in the day, not 14. And our overnight lows should bring us flurries of snow that don't stay. Anybody wants to talk about how climate change isn't real? Come here. I'll show you. Losing the best part of the year. Ugh, gross. Gross. Just thoroughly unamused. Today is another one where it's like our low overnight was 5 degrees.
That's downright warm. That's weird.
It's freaking November. That's
weird.
Not okay.
You need to get Manitoba needs to get colder so that I can gloat about how much warmer it is in southern Ontario.
It's not going to work for you this way because climate change is happening. Therefore, all
I'm
we are is
just so disappointed because I wanted to gloat.
No gloating. No gloating. It's not going to happen for you. Ugh. I'm moving up north. Maybe I'll get a real winter there. All right. Guys, I want to wear sweaters. It's so hot. I'm still in capris and flat shoes. I could wear flip-flops and be comfortable outside.
Ugh. Oh god, I don't know if I can wear these rings. It's blinding me. They're blind. Oh god. They're so shiny.
I'll begin my intro. So, welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. This is episode 241, I am told. And my name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is...
Diana.
And I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana calls Waterloo, Ontario home. This is the episode of Yet Still No Winter, and wait for it. I'm releasing a pattern on Monday.
Ah.
And we all thought it would never happen. Asa's been diligently working on me, people.
Yes, I've seen the pestering. Asa is very good at her job.
That's just the stuff you see in the admin moderated channels. That's not the stuff she just direct messages me. No, Asa's on it.
Oh my. She's been working hard.
Will release patterns or she's going to come hunt me down. It's the kind of stuff I need to do because I hit a thing I don't want to do and then I'm a professional procrastinator and I will put it off. Put it off because I don't want to.
So everybody thank Asa for the pattern release on Monday, you said? Is that tomorrow? Tomorrow, Monday?
Tomorrow, yeah. Monday at noon Manitoba time. I've got them scheduled to go out then. Why? Because quite frankly, I'm still figuring out how to post things. Accessibility is a real issue, people.
Asa, really? Is it ready? Will it go out? So many question marks.
So many questions. Here is a holiday version of the crocheted hot pod pads that I make for the family. It's not a complicated pattern. It is definitely a beginner pattern. Mostly because even though it's work, it's all super simple, super friendly. The hardest thing you have to do is crochet the two halves you make together.
Oh, it's too difficult. Can't do it.
That's the hardest part, guys. You can make it with a loopy or without a loopy. I made these ones without loopies because my mom doesn't like loopies. Neither does my sister, but I like the loopies to hang them with. So this is the hot pad crochet pattern. And when I say it's big, I mean my whole hand gets hidden. So you can put a bowl of soup, and because it's double thick cotton, you can hold that bowl of soup.
Nice.
And your hands don't get hot, burny. And if you're walking and you're like me and you can't quite tell where the liquid level is and some of it sloshes over, your hands still don't get burny because they're full on protected.
Nice. This is very important.
Which, if anybody has met anybody, hot police. They're also great coming out of the oven, like roasting pans out of the oven. Because I've been taking roasting pans out of the oven because you fold it in half to make it that handle.
Yeah.
Then we're like 4 layers thick in some sections. So like when you grab the roasting pan, there's no heat transfer. It just comes out and goes on.
Nice.
Cookie baking sheets. Yeah. So done. Now I've been making these for years now. Tells you how lazy I am, guys. I didn't bother to write a pattern for it. For the longest time, there was no pattern for it. I just made them. Ask Diana. Somebody would be like, hey, can I have some? And I would just make some for them. My mom thinks I should make sets in matching colors with like a dish scrubby and sell them as pre-made sets for gifts and stuff.
You totally could.
wrap
This
them up
is
with
the
a little
time of year
bow
where
thing.
everybody's going, I should buy presents for everybody.
Well, even if I just start making them now, and then whatever, they can sit. It's not like they're gonna go bad. They're made out
This
of
is
cotton.
true.
It's fine.
They can
And
sit in storage.
I found eggnog. I found Jocelyn from the eggnog.
Nice. I still need to get some eggnog.
Which Erin tried, and can, like Diana, confirm, even though the box has nothing on it that states it would be delicious, other than the fact the brand is so delicious, is
Yeah,
tasty
like
eggnog.
nothing about the title of the beverage makes it sound like it would be good, but it's
But
actually
it's
good.
really good. It's really good. So I'm very happy. So I had to, when I was at Stella's yesterday, buy ginger snap cookies to go with my eggnog, because ginger snap cookies.
Very important. Oh, Tracy
And if
says,
I made a batch of ginger snap cookies, I'd eat them.
Tracy says, I would... Oh, dear, I'm stuck. Tracy says, I would buy some in response to your pot holders. Hang on, I'm stuck on my own hair.
Hi, Kitten. Where'd you come from? Are you done running from me? Did you find your kibble? Did you find your kibble? Did it go crunch? Did it go crunchy, 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 munchy?
What else is going on in chat? We have Pamela in chat as well. 12 degrees here in Northern Ontario. Nice. I think weirdly that might be warmer than here. I don't know how. What is it? It is apparently 13 degrees here right now. So,
Also, your advent calendar arrived. I may have picked it up and then got a coffee on the way home today.
Very nice.
Well, I got out of the bath, threw my hair up, and then went, wait a minute, I wonder if the post office is open, because I got that, you have a parcel. Hello, Kitten. And I did have a parcel, and it was from Norway, so it's an Asa parcel.
Must be.
And since the only thing I'm expecting is the advent calendar, it must be an advent parcel. Get your face out of the ginger snap cookie, you're a carnivore.
She's
I don't
gonna
know
eat
if her
the cookie
tails.
anyway. Oh, very
tail's on
much.
screen. What are you doing? You want it up here. Now what are you going to do? We're going to sit on me. Okay, cool. Did you realize I don't have a footstool, so technically my legs slant towards the floor. So to have a flat surface for you to sit on, I have to stand on my toes. That's hard for me to do for an extended period of time. And I have slippy pants. I'm wearing yoga capris, guys. I have slippy
She's
pants.
gonna go schloop, and she's gonna be mad, and it'll be all your fault.
It's always my fault. And if you hear cat against microphone, it's just move the microphone away from the cat. Go jump in the window. Go say hi. There's stuff going on out there. Are you going to go investigate? Are you going to stay away from the window? Her whole life she was in a basement. And all of a sudden I moved her to the main floor and she could look out and she could see the ground just below her. Now she has to look down to see the ground. We've not adjusted yet.
Apparently.
Where are you going? Ow, claw!
What else? Oh, Nikki Knits is eventually maybe going to release a hat pattern, so Asa's got somebody new to bug about a pattern release.
Ugh, goodbye, cat.
Asa's also commenting that it was very speedy for the package to be there already.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it that quickly. I thought maybe Mom had sent me something, so I called my mom and I was like, did you special care me something? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, a mystery package.
Why is my camera focused on the... Okay, that was weird.
Ooh,
Well, hey,
snap
everybody's got a
cookie.
really good shot of my background now.
Sure, why not? So, it's fine. Now I'm in utter panic that mine won't make it on time, but that's okay. There's nothing I can do about it now. It's in the mail. It's gonna get out of my hands.
Oh, man. Yeah, mine's in the mail, too. Why is getting a tracking number for a package so expensive in Canada? Like, I don't mind if it takes several weeks to get there. I just want a tracking number.
I know. And you pay so much to get the tracking number. It is disgusting.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Disgusting. Also, I did not get a tracking number. It was too expensive.
I was too afraid not to
Upwards
get
of,
a
like,
tracking number, so I just sucked it up. But, oh, God. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's gross. It's so gross. I know. I've had to do it with Mom and some other things where Mom's like, so I put a tracking number on the thing I sent you because I want to make sure it gets to you. Holy mother forking shirt balls. That was pricey. Why'd you do it?
I don't know. It's so...
It will make it eventually, unless it's me mailing it, and then it might make it eventually.
Apparently
As long
tracking
as
numbers
it's
are
hard.
expensive in Norway as well.
Oh, whatever. It is what it is.
Well, I suppose you've talked about what's in your cup. We shouldn't like actually like
Do
have
a
a segment.
podcast episode?
Yeah, do a podcast episode. I
Hey,
made
I
an
know
Americano.
I know the thing. Fancy coffee machine.
Fancy coffee
Made some
machine. Yeah,
coffee.
it's my favorite ridiculous COVID purge, or my favorite unnecessary COVID purchase. An espresso machine.
I think that's one of those ones where no matter what it is, there's no regrets.
I really don't have any. 2 shots of espresso
Mm-hmm.
with, and then fill
Hot
with
water.
water to 7 ounces
Mm-hmm.
is the perfect Americano. I've
Yeah.
learned. So 7-ounce Americano, not an 8-ounce Americano, not a 6-ounce Americano, 7-ounce Americano.
Well, it's because Americanos were made because Americans didn't know how to drink espresso.
I know. But it's also me and Chris both usually go for an Americano in the morning because it's like we could do the whole grind the beans and the French press thing, but like just making a cup of Americano is faster.
Mm-hmm.
But if I actually have like a full 15 minutes to make coffee in the morning, I'll do the whole like steam the milk and try to make a latte. I've almost got it. I've almost got the milk texture dialed in. It's only taken me over a year.
I've almost got the Vietnamese coffee thing down.
Nice. You should make me some Vietnamese coffee when I come visit in December.
I've been practicing with decaf so I can make like several cups a day.
Nice.
And not trigger a panic attack.
Oh, Asa says, Jocelyn, you can take the outer paper off. The needle you wanted to try is in the parcel.
Okay, perfect. I will do that. Not today. I'm busy today already. But I will try to do that tomorrow. But I can, without any undue stress, anxiety, problems, consternation, or lack of sleep, not open Christmas presents till the end of Christmas Day.
My advent calendar arrived and I hid it in a cupboard because I couldn't. I need to make it out of sight.
It's gonna sit in its box on that chair by the door till December the 1st, and I may honestly forget to open the first days. Advent until the 2nd. Because that's what happened last year.
My problem will be, I put it in the cupboard. I will forget that it is in the cupboard until like the 5th, and people are like, so what'd you get in your advent? And I'll be like, oh man!
Oops.
Sherry says you're a
gosh.
psychopath.
I am, but I was raised that way. So we could open up Santa's stockings Christmas morning, but you could not open up your presents until after dinner Christmas Day. So I grew up not opening anything until 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, everybody's got different traditions. My family always did Christmas Eve, so we got
Yes, it was like
we got to open one present in the morning from our parents.
Mhm.
And then the family Christmas would happen that evening, so we get to open all the family presents then, and then all the Santa presents happened on Christmas Day morning.
Mm-hmm. So about the time there's like 1 year I worked Christmas.
That's just nobody should have to work on Christmas. That's miserable.
I worked in the. I absolutely volunteered to take that shift. It was double time and a half. Are you kidding me? Do you know what kind of money that is?
Okay, well, okay. As long as you're volunteering to take it.
I will always work holidays and weekends, especially if there's time and a half involved. Because, yeah, abso-friggin-lutely. Another. Why was it a problem? Like when I got home, there was leftovers on a plate ready for me to microwave, and I had my presents were there, and everyone was just chilling in their PJs. So like I got my PJs, opened up my presents, ate my dinner, chatted, and then went to bed. Like it was fine. And work shifts are so quiet on holidays. It's beautiful. I read a book. I got paid to read a book, people. It's not like it was a hard shift to work.
Okay, well, that's not so bad then.
I got the best of all of it. And I didn't have to clean up any Christmas wrapping paper or do any Christmas dishes or nothing because I was at work.
Dang. Okay. Never mind. That's a pretty sweet deal then. I take it back. Haha. Inch and a half.
I'm always okay working the holidays and weekends, guys. I figured it out ages ago. Oh, what the rest of you are all thinking.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm behind the times then. Huh. Ooh,
Oh, it always boggled my mind because everyone's like, oh no, you have to have it off because it's the holidays. I'm like, why? I don't want to do dishes. And if I work, I won't be home during the dish doing part of the segment, but I will be home for food. So, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
That sounds okay.
I think that's fine.
Let's see what's going on. Everybody, most people are hiding, but not forgetting about their advent calendars.
Good.
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 Tracy is promising that Discord will remind us to open our stuff, so don't
Oh,
worry.
good. Somebody's gonna have to because I'm gonna forget. Okay.
Aaron, when I worked in a nursing home, I always worked Christmas so the people with kids could have the day off. No bosses, and time and a half were also awesome. Okay, that does sound pretty good.
They were always enjoyable shifts. Okay. I don't really have much in the way of yarn on the go, just wearing my mallow and my Find Your Fade. And that's it.
I don't. What did I? Oh, I wore my flax this week, briefly, and then another work sweatshirt showed up, and I put that on. So I wore my flax briefly this week.
The niece got her cardigan, the patchwork quilt, that patchwork cardigan that you never finished.
Yes, the one that is in that bin behind me somewhere.
Yeah. My version went to my niece when it was all finished because she liked it.
It's in that bag right there.
So that's there. So that has officially left the house, and that's good. But that's it for me. All I have left is stuff I'm working on, the check-in with Louise, and stuff I bought, and some questions.
Time for stuff we're working on then.
Sweet. I'm assuming I'm going first and more than once.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
I don't know what I'm allergic to. I don't know if it's like the furnace came on this week and there's just extra dust, or there's like mold outside, or what.
Did you
but I've
change
been
your
sneezing. No, that's a thing that the landlord does, but I don't know when they last did that, so I don't know.
Might be worthwhile poking in to see if you need to change that furnace filter, because if the furnace filter needs changing, oh man, it makes such a difference. Such a difference.
Yeah, that could be it.
Because
I've been sneezing my face off this week.
If you've been doing that and the heater's turned on, like that's the first place you should look, because I'm gonna bet you it hasn't been changed since the college students were in there, so you are probably rife with the need to change that furnace filter. Because it's a thing everybody forgets to do. I forgot to do it, and I know how important it is.
Okay,
what
so changing a furnace
do you
filter.
Want? Hello.
Meow. Who are you talking
I sit
to?
in this
There's
chair
nobody there.
in the afternoon. This is what I do every afternoon.
Meow.
Usually I'm knitting and I can talk to you. Today, not so much. So I've been making progress on that crochet cocoon cardigan. We're now a large rectangle.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
However, we're not large enough. So to magically turn this into a cardigan, what happens is you sew up one side to an armpit hole size. Usually about 4 or 5 inches. Because, I mean, it doesn't sit at your armpit. It, like, sits down here. It sits down near your elbow. And then when you sew this side up, what magically happens is you open up the middle and it becomes a cardigan. Like a cocoon cardigan. Little magic trick.
That is so magical. I understand the geometry, but it's just magic every time.
It's magic every time. This is not big enough to go around me and have the volume of drapey cocoonness I want. So I need to make it bigger, which I thought I might need to do because I am not a ladies medium large. I'm a ladies extra large 2XL. Sorry guys, I left my window open. We're here in the motorbikes today. It's a weekend.
Oh wow, that was a motorcycle?
That was a
Sounded
motorbike.
like something sliding off a shelf.
Nope, that was decidedly a motorbike engine. So more color has to go in here because I am out of that pumpkin Karen cake colorways that Susanna sent me. So I'm thinking this is an acrylic worsted. How do you think this would work next to it? Do you think those would be okay?
I think, yeah, those look basically the same to me.
They're pretty much the same. They're a slightly different, slightly different. And technically we're a different yarn-ish. But our weight's the same. So we're still in that acrylic range. So like I think I could make it bigger with this and that'd be okay.
I think, yeah, I think that would be totally fine. The colors are close enough.
So it'll be interesting because I'm going to have to color, because obviously you get a couple of color rotations in the ball. But because this was pre-sorted and I kept all the same colors together, I'm going to have to do the same to this ball of yarn first. Prep work is going to have to happen because I don't know if I just knit it from the ball, which is my inclination. The color change might happen too often given that we've got this nice gradation of color.
Right.
It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I think not doing it would be too differential because the squares, the rounds are so long that I would eat through a color repeat in a row and a half. So like that really changes what it's doing at this point. So I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna have to separate the colors out so that I can do another color gradation. Okay, I just needed someone to double check that because I don't know if I was overthinking it or what, but oh, carrot cakes.
Yeah, that's looking really great.
And it's gonna look good. And I'm gonna put, there's that in my crinkly bag beside me, the leftover deep forest.
Okay.
From my Saturday morning sweater. I bought an extra ball of it to be my color contrast on my hem and my sleeves.
Oh, that's gonna be so fall.
It's gonna be so
I love
fall.
it.
It's gonna be so fall. So I did that. I'm gonna knit the sleeves and the neckband. So that way I can do like short row shaping and I can tailor it so it fits my frame better. Because by the time I make it big enough to go around me, I really don't need any in here because I'm already flopped over. But I could use the extra shaping and the bottom half to continue the coverage aspect. So if I short row shape so that I have less up here and more on the bottom half of the neck hem, neckband, that'll look better on me. So I didn't care the first time I made it and I didn't know how to do it, but this time I know how. So this is the Cocoon Cardigan by Nadia from Yarn Utopia on YouTube. And it is a wonderful, wonderful pattern. Wonderful pattern. But I have been working on that. And then I ran into that problem and I said, I'm not going to think about it right now. And I have a finish. A finish. It's done.
Finish. It's done. Sweater with sleeves.
Look at all that deep, moody winterness.
Love it.
And it is baggy. There is enough space for a Diana in here with me. Like it is. Nothing about this says felt.
Was that the desired end result?
That is the nature of the Saturday morning sweater. It's a boxy sweater with sleeves is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the design of the Saturday morning sweater. So this design is by Dragon Horde Designs. I liked it very, very much, and I wanted a wintry version to wear when I'm sitting and crocheting and knitting, or like running out to take the garbage and stuff, right? So like leggings, house socks, baggy sweater, like the stay-home stuff. I live mostly at home, so I live and work from here, people. I don't really go out very much. Just run errands. So
don't we all these days?
Pretty much. So done. Ends are not woven in. Look at those ends. That's not woven in.
Yeah, whatever. That's not the important part.
Finished below the butt sweater. I can now put in the wash.
Nice.
Did I work on the 8-bit? No, not even. Didn't even pull it out of the bag.
Oh, well.
I looked at it.
I looked at it, I thought about it, and then I didn't do anything.
Gave it a serious moment of, should I? And then went, no, I don't want to.
Yep, that's every day with mine. I look at it and go, man, wouldn't that be great to have finished? And then I work on something else.
So, with the check-in with Louise, we always pick what we're going to work on this month. So this upcoming December will be our last check-in for the year, if you think about it. Because our check-in after that will be the first check-in of 2022. Oh, where is the year gone? So, Louise wanted to work on a blanket and socks. Okay. Now, she didn't say finish her blanket because she's starting. Blankets are huge projects, people. Like, they're big projects. Yeah. So I was like, I'll join you on that thread. I won't say finish, but I'd like to get more work done on a queen size blanket. And I don't have much work done on one that I've been working on. Hmm. So we're gonna keep working on this. Isn't that gonna look pretty on my bed? That's gonna look so nice on my bed.
Yes.
I found more of the scraps of ice cream scoops. Yeah, the ice cream big scoop yarn from Lion Brand, which is acrylic. And I've been holding it with other scrap acrylic yarns to get to the point where I could comfortably use the 8mm sized hook I've got to just make a giant granny square for a blanket. And then once it's the size I want, I will pick a color to make the border out of.
Nice.
Probably white, if we're honest. Given it has this like sort of like moody vibe to it.
Mm.
Probably a nice
also wants to clarify, Louise did not want to do a blanket, but she needs to finish one for Christmas.
She does. She does. She got there on her own. So we're cheering her on. Louise wants to do whatever it is she's seen off Ravelry last, and I'm in the same boat. So I think I know where she comes from.
I frequently do that as well.
And then we're both going to work on socks. So I'm going to try to finish sock number 2.
Good, good.
My red knit-breasted nuthatch socks. So they're shorties. So I should at least get the socks done. And I'm hoping for a lot of progress on the blanket. So that is the last you'll see of those guys until next month. Dun, dun, dun. Here I was like, I'll just work on the sock at the Path to Glory nights when I'm out and the guys are playing Path to Glory, which is a Warhammer game, and I'm learning it. Now I'm playing. I'm being loaned an army. I got the book for the army. They helped me build a list. I start not this coming Friday, but the Friday after.
Uh-huh.
There goes 6 hours of solid knitting out the window. I'm gaming now. Okay. Not sure how I got there.
Oh no, I'll just have to go and play games with people. Just sounds so terrible.
Gosh, it's hard. It's a hardship, people. It's a hardship. So I have now done 3. I have 1 project I'm working on and a question for you.
Okay. Well, I have 3 things, so I can talk about a couple things.
Sure. I have to be careful because there's prize yarn, people. There's prize yarn sitting on this desk. Go. I'm just weird things are happening with me.
Also saying that you should do the 8-bit in January when there's a purpose in having such a thick sweater.
That's true. I really should.
That it's very easy to get tempted by Instagram and Ravelry. Oh my god, yes. My problem is the Patreon Discord. Because when everybody starts doing something and I see it like 16 different ways, then it's like, oh man, I want one too.
Are you going to join us for a gnome along?
That's my weakness. It's when everybody else is knitting a thing.
Want to join us for a gnome along? We're going to make gnomes in December with Imagined Landscapes. You know you wanna.
This is me saying no so that later you can gloat when I start knitting a gnome.
Excellent. But you have all those minis. You could just pick, or you could buy some minis.
I like how you just floated those into frame. You could just buy more pretty yarn.
I'm your human. What would you like?
She's so noisy today.
What's going on
Rita's
in
in
your
for
life?
gnomes.
It's
Clatter,
25
clatter.
days to knit a small gnome. She even says you're not knitting every day. She even says you're not knitting every day.
That does sound pretty great.
Isn't that like a nice chillaxed way to wrap up the year and try to make a gnome?
Gnome.
It's so cool. A gnome. Hello, kitten.
Okay.
I pulled your tail. Yes, you come for my hand.
Ross is just informing me that I'm going to knit one. You will knit with us, Diana. No worries.
No worries. You're on board, right? Everyone's like, is Diana going to join us? I'm like, probably. We're going to start talking about it.
But, you know, I wasn't going to do Stephen West MCAL either, so...
Whatever, you're enjoying it.
Okay, things that I've been knitting. I'm going to start with the thing that has the absolute least progress. I did 3 rows on my second Diana sock. Yay!
That's fair.
Okay, the third thing I'm going to talk about has an enormous amount of progress, so just... I did 3 rounds on a sock, yay! Okay, we're into the contrast lacy bit, and I've done 1 round of lace. Yay!
That's okay.
So for like the millionth time, these are the Diana socks by Nikki Knits, and the yarn is Purple Finch from Fireweed Fiber Co. Yeah.
Yeah? Like how you wrapped that up with a yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you know. I did 3 rows on it, what do you want? and I had to do the second half of the lace round like 3 times because I very foolishly thought that I could do some simple but not too simple lace while I was on a video call with some friends, and I could not. It is not that simple.
Should I giggle with abandon at you now or later?
Whenever you like. Whenever suits your fancy. Don't put it in the cup of coffee. Don't put the needles in the cup of coffee. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's bad for the coffee. Knitting needles wipe off. It's fine.
This is also reminding me I did the Cozy Up Sisters MCAL in January.
You have
finished
been
that one.
doing and enjoying MCALs all year, whether you get them done or not. You've been enjoying them, and that's really
it's true.
the point.
I even finished some, so you know.
Yeah. We already estimated that you finished twice as many as you did the year before. So like, it's a huge amount of progress.
Well, I mean, I finished any this year, so
which is
not just finished. Period. Like finished on time.
Yeah. It's a huge amount of progress.
Oh, Asa's Diana socks found something sharp, so they needed surgery. Uh-oh.
Oh my. Diana, did you realize you'd found something sharp and needed surgery?
Oh dear. That's alarming.
That sounds like a complicated day.
Complex indeed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I finish the round on this other thing that I'm working on, then I can talk about these briefly, which have slightly more progress than the Diana socks.
Okay.
If only because these are vanilla socks, so I actually can work on these while I'm talking to people.
Did you want me to ask my question while you're finishing your round?
I just finished, so...
Okay, then I don't have to worry about it.
I'll talk about this briefly because there's also not too much to say here. I did the cuff, and a couple rows of plain stockinette. Yay! So this one, apparently I'm really on a Nikki Knit socks with Fireweed Fiber Co. yarn kick. This is my life. So this is the even heel socks. I mean, I suppose it could be any old vanilla sock up until I do the heel, but the plan is to do the even heel socks for Nikki Knits Knit Along. And the yarn is... I don't remember what this one's called. It's the September yarn. Somebody in chat, what was the September yarn called? I don't remember. Anyway, it looks so nice. All caked up. Like, it looked really nice in a skein, but it looks so good as a cake.
It was so good as a cake. Erin was helping me move, and we found my dragon socks that I'm making out of the September yarn. I even know where they are right now. Up there on the top shelf.
Perfect. I super don't remember what these are called. and I don't know where I've put the ball band. It might be back there, or it might be in a bag somewhere. I'm actually not sure. Anyway, it's out of this pretty yarn. Belted Kingfisher, thank you. So, belted Kingfisher, even heel socks, even belted Kingfisher heel socks? I don't know.
We'll now you're just putting words together.
I'm putting words together. I'm making word salad.
Excellent.
Anyway, that's where those are at. Also, these Chow-goo needles that I got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why I'm so attached to those Chow-goo needles with the red lace cable? Hello.
They're so nice. Like the Knit Picks needles that I have the interchangeable sets on, like those are good. I have no complaints about them, but these are just on another level.
Mm-hmm. I've been slowly replacing all of my needles to Chow-goo red lace for a reason, ma'am. For a reason.
Oh.
That cord, I cannot get over that cord.
It's so good. It's so good.
So good. Oh, it's the lack of memory. And when you pick up a cord that has a little bit of memory or a lot of memory to it, you're just like, what is this? You have no patience for it. Because now you know what it's like to not have to have patience with it.
And the joins are absolutely perfect. Like, joins, joins? They're so smooth.
So smooth. It's really nice. So, no, I don't blame you for loving yours. I have 3 now. And I probably will be increasing that number at just the sock size. Because, boy, I like them. So good.
Okay, you had a question.
I did. So, technically, we're having a winter gear cal.
Oh, yeah. Remember when we worked on things for our own knit-along?
Never. It's like guaranteed the moment we make a cal live, you and I stop working on things. We just put it down every flippin' time.
Oh, well, I mean, other people are working on stuff, so that's great. I'm glad other people are having a good time with the thing that we started and then dropped.
Super good, because Erin gave me the prize yarn for that, guys. So there's Erin yarn up for prize draws for this one.
Oh, gotta finish. Oh, no, wait, we're not eligible. Just to avoid
the gremlins, we're not eligible. Just to avoid the gremlins, I'm giving the yarn back to Erin. She's going to mail it for me.
I was like, you're working on Colorwork Mittens, Diana. Like, I was working on Colorwork Mittens. I haven't touched them in over a month. There is now no way I'm even going to finish one mitten, let alone a pair.
So, well, I have my fingerless mittens on the needles. I want a stronger contrast. So I want to rip back, which means I need help. So it's got to wait till Erin's free. So I've had to put those aside for now. So I'm going to start a different pair of fingerless mittens, right? Like I'm one of those. Because I could still do a pair of mittens in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the other stuff I have going on. I could finish a pair of mittens this month.
Yeah, mostly I definitely can't.
I have the time for it. So I'm going to hold up some yarn, and I need help. I don't have a pattern yet. We're just picking contrasts.
Okay.
Probably fingerless, because I really do like fingerless mittens.
Fingerless mittens are amazing.
Wrong with mittens, but I like fingerless. It's the DK weight. And we're going with some Aran yarn and some not Aran yarn. I'd initially bought the skeins of Aran yarn to make an Endless Summer's Adventure at DK weight, because I've been wearing her Endless Summer's Adventures at DK weight, like that summer pattern I put out. She spun her own yarn for it and then knit that shawl. And then when I've been helping her out at booths, I've just been wearing that shawl. It's my design. It's the one I want to wear. It happens to be in her yarn, so it works in her booth. So I didn't buy the fiber to spin, but I earned, because I worked her booth, Sagrio? Oh man, me and written words. I don't even know if that'll pick up on the screen.
Saguaro?
Saguaro? Maybe.
I don't know. Erin, help us out.
What's this colorway?
I don't know this word. I'm unfamiliar with this word.
What am I talking about? But look at those colors.
Beautiful colors. I
Look
approve.
at those colors. Others got nice. It's variegated. I have 200 grams, which means I could do like maybe a matching mitten cowl set. That could be good. So this would be my contrast color, because then you get that variations through the contrast, through the color work.
Okay.
You get that gradient, which would, wow, yeah, that looks so sharp, right? I don't need both skeins to show color differentials, do I? No, I don't. Do I hold it with some natural alpaca?
Okay.
Or do I hold it with some Moody Gray from Briggs & Little?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough call.
See my problem? So the Briggs & Little is woolly wool with woolly wool. And then this is alpaca, because I mean like alpaca. But it looks good with both. So this is my problem. There was no like clear, this one. Guys, remember I have a white winter coat, okay? So like keep this in mind.
Okay. Given that you have a white winter coat, do you want it light like the coat, or do you want it dark to contrast the coat?
I want to rub this wool all over my body because it smells good. Is that an option? Can we make that an option?
I mean, you can do what you want in your own home with your own yarn. Oh, I was correct. It is saguaro, and it's a type of cactus.
It's a cactus? Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. I'm tempted to lean this way because then you get that nice sharp contrast with my white winter coat.
Okay.
And I think this would contrast pretty well.
Sherry seems to be of the same mind as you. The Aran yarn has light, which will blend too much in color work. So we have 1 vote for dark.
So that's my...
Oh, sorry, 2 votes for dark.
2 votes for dark? Okay.
2 votes for dark. I need to read further in the chat.
I don't know. Like, Asa gifted me the Selbu Mittens Club earlier this year, which like was a flippin' huge gift. Or do I go looking for a matched set? Like, do I go looking for someone who's made mittens and a cowl and just make them fingerless mittens instead of making them mittens?
Another vote for gray. Everybody seems to say gray.
Okay, gray it is. Decision made. Like, don't get me wrong. This is 200 grams of alpaca. I have another 200 grams of alpaca that will look good next to it. I can do something with this. That's not a problem.
Unanimously dark. Okay, good.
Conversation you and I need to have. You like alpaca.
Yes.
If you wanted more, if you told me Mom and Dad could bring it down because you're here for Christmas, and we could make an exchange of alpaca for, say, something out there that I want. Okay, conversations we need to have offline because that's going to require thinking and looking and contemplating, and like there's stuff that needs to happen for that.
Yes. There's also, I do believe, quite a lot of yarn options out here, since I'm less afraid to travel now.
Yes.
Travel here meaning like drive within an hour or so to places.
Well, remember that sweater I sent you? That sweater link for that Norwegian colorwork sweater that I said would look perfect in that yarn?
You've sent me quite a few of these. You're going to have to be slightly more specific.
The one in the bulky yarn I said you could use with the extra... Yeah, that one?
Yes.
I bought it, so I own the pattern. And I keep thinking about that yarn you bought. And I'm like, crap, what other colors is it available in?
Which yarn that I bought?
The sweater quantities ones that you got.
Oh, the Cascade one?
Yeah, either or. I have to go looking because I want that sweater in bulky, but the bulky selection out here, not so great.
Okay.
You know what it's like living here. The bulky selection's not so good.
Fair.
I mean, it's okay, but maybe it's better out there. So I don't know. We need to talk. We'll take it offline because, frankly, it's not like Patreon won't help me. We're gonna be done this. I'm gonna get on Patreon. There'll be like 50 million links. Jocelyn, how about this bulky? Oh shit.
A while ago, Alissa was asking, will you get the 2 other shawl patterns up on Ravelry and Etsy?
Well, on Ravelry, both of them are up. King's Flame is up, and Endless Summer's Adventures is up on Ravelry, but Endless Summer's Adventures, I think, still has to go up on Etsy. When I mean it's not accessible, I mean I crashed the Etsy app every time, and the website almost always gives me difficulty. They are not accessible, guys. Like,
Gross.
it's almost to the point where I'm getting so frustrated with it that I kind of just want to give Austin my passwords and let her in there and let her loose and just give her the final PDF and get her to post it, because that is how hard it is and how inaccessible these sites are. Ravelry has
So
always
gross.
not been good. The Ravelry Professional is even worse than the Ravelry Regular. It's not.
Oh, gross.
It's not good. It is not. It is bad coding. It is bad coding.
That's
just bad coding.
That is lazy coding.
Lady, like, just, I'm not, it's hard. So I put it off because I know it inspires headaches. It gives me grief. Sometimes I end up in tears because I just can't get it to work. And I know it's not me. I know it's the program, and it's just my accessibility requirements. And it just is so frustrating, and I don't want to do it. Like, I actively put it off because it is so gross to me. So gross to me.
Sounds like also is willing to do that for you. If
I'm getting to the point where I'm so I want to put them out somewhere where people can find them, but I'm so over the inaccessibility of these sites. It's driving me crazy. It's gross, especially when I've interacted with sites with good accessibility, and like mediocre accessibility, and I've interacted with sites that take accessibility as the standard norm. Mm-hmm. And their site is accessible, so I know the damn difference. So I get really frustrated really fast when I see it poorly done. When it's done in poor taste, I get so mad so fast. You're supposed to mellow,
because that's just
in your 30s. I'm just getting crotchety. I've skipped mellow. We've gone to crotchety. I'm just.
You're just right on up into the 70-year-old crotchety rocking chair cat.
Boys are going to get up and they're going to vacuum, and they're going to keep vacuuming till they do it right. I don't care. Your melodrama is.
Also says you should do a Zoom or Discord chat and figure everything out.
Sure. Not today. I'm busy today.
Fair.
I could do next weekend. I'm pretty busy all week. I could do next weekend. Mind you, there's no reason I couldn't do on a weeknight. Nope, it's not.
Yeah.
Hello. I could do it on a work night with Asa, because her 7 o'clock is my noon.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll make plans, Asa, and then I will start passing that to you, because I can't. I could edit Jocelyn to English. I just don't want to. That's not hard. I just don't like doing it. There's a difference between knowing all the marketing words and using all of the marketing words. I know the words to use. I just don't want to use them. To quote anybody who knows me, I could speak very articulatedly, and I could be very Professor English about a lot of stuff. I just can't be bothered. I just cannot be bothered.
Well, that's not what we come here for anyway. We come here for word salad. Apparently we amuse people with the word salad. So
now,
good.
If we needed a title for this week's episode, it would be word salad.
I think the socks might now be the word salad socks.
Word salad socks. I love it.
It's going to be the project page title on Ravelry, and it'll make no sense to nobody.
That's fine.
It'll sense to nobody. It ain't going to make no sense to nobody.
And all of a sudden, we are very, very different economic, social backgrounds. Ain't gonna bother nobody.
I have one more project to talk about.
Which is good, so do I. It's the same, it's not the same project.
It's not the same project, it's for the same thing. It's the knit a sweater in a month. Which,
I know is not accurate, but I love saying knit a sweater in a month.
Month.
Guys, this is how we ended up with Algria. We need some more of that yarn. It's flippin' nice yarn.
It is. I think I still have some of that yarn.
Oh, so pretty. Such a nice yarn. Anyway, yeah, we're both doing and participating in the National Knit a Sweater in a Month challenge. There's a hashtag, NanoSwimo. This all started because somebody said, hey, is anybody doing, what is NanoSwimo? And now we're all doing it. Not all of us, but it feels like most of us are doing it.
I didn't even try to say no to this
for
one.
The win.
I think that was the day. That was like a couple weekends ago, and I woke up and there was like 80 trillion messages to the point where you sent me a separate text summarizing everything.
It was
And then
80
in my
million.
like not quite awake state, your people are asking like, "Are you gonna do it?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then suddenly I was doing it, and then I woke up fully, and I'm like, "Wait, what did I just agree to?" This is why I should not look at Discord before I'm fully awake.
I woke up early, so I started chatting. Everybody else was in a chatty mood, so we kept chatting. And then I had to create a new admin thread to separate stuff for show note creation, so there would be a place where I could stick notes for things for show notes, right? So she woke up to like 3 different threads on the go, a 4th brand new thread, and on a weekend. I went, oh, Diana, there has been some activity today. Let's sum that up for you.
I open up my phone and it's like, you have 150 messages. I'm like, I have a novel?
Oh.
What? Who wrote me a novel? Because I'm like tagging a bunch of them too, right?
3 a.m. my time. It's now 10. Oh dear.
What has been decided while I was asleep?
Hey, it worked out great. I love the challenge. It doesn't matter if I make it or not. It's just challenging myself to try.
That is the best way of looking at it.
Yeah, challenge myself to try. If Stephen West has taught us anything, it's say yes, don't stress. I'm taking that one to the grave. Taking that one to the grave.
Say
Embrace
yes,
your
don't
pace.
stress.
Embrace your pace.
Yes. Wisdoms.
So good. So many good wisdoms.
Nitticisms
Anyway,
instead of witticisms, it's nitticisms.
Nitticisms? I could buy that. Let's make that a thing. If it's not already a thing, it could already be a thing.
It's probably already a thing. There's no way that's not already a thing.
Oh my god, I could knit a hat in that color work yarn.
Ooh,
because the
yes.
Cozy Up Knits is having that fall took-along. And I can enter that one because I'm not running it.
Yes.
Ooh. They have color work. I think they have a Canadiana sort of themed color work hat, like snowflake-ish or something, Albertan something or other that I really liked.
They've got the little pine trees whole set as well.
They do have the pine tree set, which we have, because Jamie kindly gifted the 2 of us the pattern. So like
yes.
We have the hat, mitten, headband thing. Like we've got the whole collection.
I really got to make some of those. It's just they're so darn cute. They're
look.
on my list. They're on my bingo
card.
Look.
I'm going to look. Yes, I'm going to look.
Okay,
anyway,
so,
I interrupted.
Okay.
I need to see your sweater.
Okay.
The
so
sweater.
Very quickly, I'm going to catch up on chat.
Asa's
almost at the sleeves on her sweater, so that's super
Holy! Cool. She's making great progress.
And just
Mine's
as a side note, apparently in episode 28, we were talking about the Wonder Woman shawls.
Oh my god, that was so long ago.
I know, right?
You finished yours. I ripped mine because I realized it'd be too small.
It is a very small shawl. I don't wear it as a shawl. I wear it as a cowl, actually. Yeah. Oh my god, I need to dig that out. That would look so good with my new green coat.
With the Jocelyn?
Yes. Oh my god. With the gold and the red? Oh my god.
Yes. That needs to happen. I figured Leonard Taylor is only going to get that much money for me for a coat named after myself if he makes it in like that blue red from Carter from Marvel. If he makes a Jocelyn coat in that beautiful blue red, I will have to buy it. It'll be necessary.
I'm officially out of space on my D drive where I was recording this episode. Good thing YouTube's recording it.
Please. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I interrupted you. You were catching up on chat.
Okay, what else is going on in chat? Nikki Knits is apparently now going to design a sweater in a month.
That's it.
What's going on?
Just look.
Oh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. So yeah, okay. So Nikki's designing a sweater in a month now, and Asa's gonna be on top of that to make sure that actually happens. Yeah.
I need to figure out how to find an extra. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Oh yes, Asa, the coat is very expensive. I'm not buying anything for a while after that shopping trip.
I need to find like an extra $160 so I can buy all of Erin's Christmas sock sets. There's like 5, isn't there? 4 or 5?
5? I feel like 5.
I feel like 5, and they're $34 a set, and I need all of them.
Okay.
Don't know how that's gonna work.
Okay, we're gonna talk sweaters now.
We're gonna talk sweaters now.
We're gonna talk sweaters now.
I was giving you time to catch up on chat by showing off minis.
Okay, so this is my this is some progress, and
things I cut when we edit.
This is some more progress, and you're probably looking at this going, hey, that looks a lot like your progress last week, and
nope.
You would be correct. However, that was last week I was working on the back piece, and this is a side piece, because the back piece is done. Look at this whole back piece. I did a whole back piece.
Oh, I love bulky.
I love
bulky so much.
Is amazing, and it stretches very wide. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this can be whatever shape I need it to be, because I was holding it up and I'm like, this seems really narrow. Like, and then I
went, whoop, and then you went. Never mind.
I went a slight tug, and I'm like, oh, never mind. This is huge. It's great. It's fine. Anyway, so boho throw sweater is going very well. Because this is a whole back piece. Mosaic knitting takes for freaking ever.
Yes,
so my plan for how to actually finish this is to do one section each day, one section being the whatever thing is going on between the 2 blue stripes.
Yes.
So if I do one section each day, then that has me done all of the pieces by like day 25, so then I still have how many days are in November? 30? And I still have 5 days for seaming and edging.
Good. No, that's good.
But oh my gosh, the mosaic knitting takes forever because you have to knit each row twice. It takes so long. It's so long.
But it's
I'm
so
so
good.
glad that the front pieces have smaller mosaic sections. Oh. So yeah,
so good.
I am on track. This is up to yesterday. So today's section that I have to do on this front piece is this arrow section with the wrappies. I don't know. In the pattern it's called the woven section. I don't know that it looks particularly woven, but it makes like the arrow thingies. The texture arrows.
Almost. Tilt your fabric more for light because you're holding it flat, so it's hard to...
Oh,
there
sorry.
We go. Now we can see it.
There we go.
You were a little too shadowed. No,
my apologies. Anyway, there's texture.
That looks good. That looks really good.
I'm so excited about this. I don't have a ball band handy. I believe the yarn that I'm using is Peyton's Alpaca Blend. So it's mostly acrylic with some wool and a little bit of alpaca. Just enough that it... Just like a hint of alpaca, so it's got a tiny bit of a halo. My contrast color is Blueprint, which is like a dark navy blue. And my main color, which I'm almost done the first ball on, is Toffee.
Just so your mom colors. They're so your mom colors.
They really are. I'm
so excited.
Oh, man.
So excited.
I will say, the pattern is not the clearest, most like beginner friendly. It's not a beginner friendly pattern. I will say that.
It's not. No,
like it's not a bad pattern. It's just it assumes that you know some things. So it is not a beginner pattern. I would say it's an intermediate pattern.
So it's like it's at the level where it's like it's not a sewing pattern in a packet. It's a sewing pattern out of a book. You're not drafting your own pattern, but you're definitely not having every instruction given to you now.
Yes. I will just go with yes, because I have not even tried to read any kind of sewing at that level.
Because you wouldn't. You're not at that level yet. You're at packet, hold hands. I don't know anything yet. Please give me the instructions.
Yes.
I'm making my way towards... Give me the math charts, because I got the rulers. I'm just going to draw it out. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm at the level where I watch YouTube videos.
Space to pile stuff on your head.
I know, right? I'm at the level where I watch YouTube videos of other people doing that level of sewing, and I find it very soothing and like a thing to aspire to later. later.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Can I get an Instagram reel of you trying to pile all of the pieces on your head before you sew them together? You can save it till after you give it to your mom.
Sure.
I want a little video of that.
Yes, I can do that. Oh yes, and so you're never going to see this on Instagram. Well, not never, but just remind you, you're not going to see this on Instagram because it's a present for my mom and she follows us on Instagram. But I learned today that we can do YouTube posts, and I know my mom does not follow us on YouTube. I'm pretty sure my mom doesn't go on YouTube unless I send her a video link. So I can probably post it on YouTube. So if you want to see sweater progress, YouTube.
I like that idea. I know I've never done the posts, so yeah, let's do posts.
Yeah, I did the first one today. Are you ready? I thought it was cool. Okay.
So Diana started technically a day early, but whatever, it's fine.
That's fine. I missed knitting on one of the days, so it works out.
I cast it on Friday. Thursday. Cast it on Thursday after my check-in with Louise. Look, I'm on my back.
Hey.
Am I worried about sizing? No, because the yarn just keeps doing this. Just keeps flipping, getting wider on me.
Yeah, that's going to be plenty of fabric. It's going to be a blanket.
Plenty of ease across the back. It's supposed to be a baggie. So I completely changed my mind because I was going to do the boho throw cardigan. And then I was weaving in ends to give my niece the other red cardigan I finished this year because I really flippin' want a red cardigan for myself. But she really likes it, so I gave her the patchwork one. So F it. I went looking for a new bulky weight slouchy sweater pattern that I could just make out of red. Just red. And this one is the Moonbeam Slouchy Knit Cardigan. It's a free pattern. It's a free pattern. It's done in pieces. You seam the pieces. These are all words I'm quite comfortable with. It is definitely a beginner-friendly pattern because she walks you through the terms. There's nothing complicated. You knit, you purl, you cast on, you bind off, you sew. That's it. There's no patterning in the middle. It's just straight stockinette pieces. But your gauge is 9 stitches to 9 stitches for 4 inches. Look at that. Look at those giant stitches. Look at those giant stitches. Look at them.
That's, I might need to make one of those for me when I'm done this one for my mom.
Huge. The finished back piece is supposed to be 23.5 inches long to go past the bottom of your posterior. Yeah, that's cute. That'll, I'm going to have to make mine longer to get to that upper thigh range that you see on the model. And I mean, she gave you her height and what size she's wearing, so you could have a very good idea of what the size ratio you're working for is. So I have to make it longer because 22 just gets to my butt. So if I want it to hit that thigh range, that upper thigh portion, it's a mini dress, it's a micro mini, it's too short to be worn as a dress, I have to go to almost 25 inches. So I bought the amount of yarn you need for the extra large, and it is so bulky, oversized, I'm making the medium. Because I don't like it. I don't like stuff that oversized.
I have a question about my yarn, so I'm going to grab a ball band and I'll be back so I can answer the question.
Absolutely. So I accidentally bought a Christmas tree this week.
Accidentally?
I accidentally was watching Discord and they were talking about Christmas trees, so then I bought one.
I think we all know who's to blame for the Christmas tree purchasing that's been going on.
Oh, I blame Sherry freely. I freely blame Sherry.
Now the yarn. Christmas, and I want to buy a Christmas tree.
It's all Sherry's fault. She's got
Sherry, if I end up with a tree, it's your fault.
Do it. Listen, the Michaels had the pre-lit ones on sale for 50% off. So
oh man, I know.
I bought one. I didn't buy a big one. I just bought a little 6-footer. Guys, I'm nearly 6 feet. To me, that is a small Christmas tree. So the yarn is entirely my fault. I wanted a red sweater. And the goal is to try to keep this one. So I'm making it me-sized with me-sized sleeves on a me-sized length. And here's hoping. My niece is now officially my height. At least she doesn't live with me anymore. So I grabbed a bunch, and I do mean a bunch of burgundy impeccable, which is a worsted, and I'm holding double to get gauge, to get that 9 stitches on 4 inches on a needle I have. So 2 balls at a time. That's what's happening here, people. And I'm making my way slowly up my back panel. But I mean, this is what, day 4? And it technically won't be a full day till the end of today.
Yeah.
And given what we're doing after we're done recording, like, I'm going to make another big dip of progress. So I'm not super worried about it.
Yeah.
And once we're done, because it's that slouchy, my sleeves are going to be like halfway down my arm down because it's that super slouchy.
Yeah.
That's that Peyton's that you're using for your mom?
Yes. So this is my, I went and grabbed a ball. So it's, yes, it is in fact the Peyton's Alpaca Blend. It has some nylon in here too, which I forgot, but it is not a super wash, which was the question that I was trying to answer. It is a lay flat to dry sort of a deal. It's also a single ply, so I wouldn't
put it in the washer anyway.
Yeah. Like maybe on a delicate cycle in a garment bag if you're like really super duper lazy and you need to wash it.
But just hand wash it. It's not that hard.
Yeah, no.
What was that other yarn that you bought?
So it's fine. What?
What was the other yarn you bought?
The other yarn I bought that I decided not to use for that project was the Cascade Eco.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, it's super nice. And I'm going to make something for myself out of it. Some kind of colorwork bulky sweater for myself out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't give you guys the name.
Mum colors.
I can't give you guys the name of that colorwork pattern I shared with Diana because it's a Norwegian name. I do not know how to pronounce it.
Did you put it in the
It's in the Discord.
Okay.
It's in the Discord.
I'm going to scroll back and find it because we all know that we come here because
watching Diana pronounce things wrong.
We try to pronounce things in languages we don't speak. Okay, it's not that one.
I struggle to pronounce things in the language
I speak. Oh, okay, this one's not too bad. Steinkrieger.
Sure.
It means strong warrior or stone warrior. But a Steinkrieger, which I'm saying with absolutely the wrong accent and pronunciation, but I'm doing my best.
Doing my best. Making my way.
Making my way. Okay, what's going on in chat? People say, wow, about sweaters. Yes, Sherry, we're blaming you. Rita's
just
casting
about
on
the
a sweater
trees.
Now. Just about the trees.
Just about the trees. The yarn I bought, entirely my fault.
Oh, and apparently Michael's has an extra 10% off if you find a senior to take with you. Which is handy to know.
Okay, so this is that colorwork sweater I bought.
Oh, is that the one?
That's the Stone Warrior one.
Oh wow, that's got different colors than the one that's on the. Okay, that looks so different if you have different colors.
I know. Whereas I'm thinking, wouldn't that look great in Jocelyn colors with like the red, like a red color work? But I don't know what to make the body, like a light gray or an oatmeal or something. Wouldn't that look great?
Because this is the same sweater, and it's
wildly different with different colors. But I love the color work on this sweater. I want it so bad. And it's meant to be baggy and glorious and wintry.
Yes.
I just think of that Cascade Eco. It would be so nice.
Yeah. So we'll just do it as the two color version. Just
do the 2-color version. But I think like my dark color should be like a red. Because guys, I have blue sweaters out the flippin' wazoo at this point. I have a lot of blue going on in my wardrobe. I need to start putting other colors in, or like that russety pumpkin orange. Like that deep russety red pumpkin orange brown, like that 70s Chesterfield color range, but with like a nice neutral to sort of update it. Yeah, like that deep pumpkin orange, russet red brown is those. Either one of those is a color work, but I don't know what to pick as a main color. Probably like a light gray or like a neutral, so that color pops really well. Because I can wear like lighter colors. I just have to be careful with like oatmeal colors that they're far away from my face because I am a light beige. I can't wear light beige at my face or it's just beige.
Okay, so if you're going with like a are we talking like a ruby red sort of a sweater? Or like a scarlet? Because you could do like a black with that and like a black for a contrast and have like gothy vampire vibes. if that's your thing.
I could have gothy vampire vibes. Mind you, there's nothing saying I couldn't make the body of it in pumpkin orange and make the color work in a black and have fall pumpkiny vibes.
Also that, yeah. Ooh, yeah. If you're gonna do a fall pumpkiny color, you could do like a super dark purple that's like almost black.
Ooh, yeah. That would work. That'd be very Halloween-y. That might have to happen. I don't know. I gotta go look and see what Cascade Eco has for colors. But I know I've got a skate of Cascade Eco somewhere in this. And I like the feel of the wool.
Oh yes, people in chat were wondering what exact sweater that was, so I will grab a link and throw that in chat for the sweater pattern we were just talking about.
Oh, yes. Do that. Guys, I share all sorts of things in those pattern link things. I think I shared a crocheted vixen bralette.
It looks so comfy and just wildly impractical, but so comfy.
I want one. There's no purpose. There's no reason for it. It does not need to exist, but it's a bralette with ruffles underneath, so I want one. Welcome to my brain, people. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, if we're done stuff we're working on, then we need to do wool gathering.
Wool gathering. Okay, what's going on in wool gathering?
So much.
Okay. Oh, well, I know we start with the Patreon ad, the weekly unscripted Patreon ad. Okay,
that's Jocelyn look down time.
As I try not to sneeze. Okay. If for reasons you want to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. And that will get you access to our patrons only Discord channel, which is apparently how everybody peer pressures me into doing things. And by peer pressure, I mean just post about it enough times and eventually I'll just want to do it. We've got early access to bonus content. Sometimes we do fun things like Christmas card exchanges or advent calendar exchanges. What else do we do? For the higher tiers, we do a monthly knit club thingamajig. The next one of those is on the it's here in my notes from last week because I don't actually remember week to week. Hang on. Oh god, why is it so far? The 20th. It's gonna be on the 20th of November.
He's doing so well.
I know. It's gonna be on the 20th of November.
Nope.
November the 20th. It's our next knit in at noon Manitoba time. Is that it? Have I remembered everything? Our next live episode will be on the oh wait,
that's a change to programming. It's a change to programming. Guys, we're coming up at the end of the year. So while Diana may have forgotten Experimental Tuesday posts for everybody, don't forget that at all levels of Discord, you do have the Experimental Tuesdays. And
I made Gatorade bread last time. I made weird blue bread.
Because we're almost at the end of the year, remember that Patreon members get our bonus content early. And this year, there's a lot of bonus content coming out. We actually scheduled stuff before we went live, and once the live is over, we're going to fine-tune that scheduling. Since we started scheduling and then we went, oh my god, it's 10 minutes, go get your stuff.
Yes.
Which is how it works for us. Motorbikes. So that's going on. Because we're almost at the end of the month, we're going to start doing the reminders. In December, we are live exclusively. So if you want to catch a podcast in December and you want to catch it live, you can do so. We'll be Sundays, Manitoba noon, which is now Central. There is no more daylight. Daylight savings time ended last night. So we're doing that because I do not have time to edit. Diana does not have time to do show notes. So we're just live that month. It's just how it works for us. It's going to be
super interesting because I'm traveling this time.
You are, because you'll be traveling home to the province. So we might be live together at one point. Shocking.
Probably more than one. I'm hoping for a good long visit.
Yeah, a good long visit last time. You were here for 2 weeks. That was a good long visit.
I'm hoping for 3 weeks. Fingers crossed for 3 weeks if it works out.
Oh my, that's a lot. That's most of the month.
It
You have
is.
so
Well,
much
because
pre-recording to do.
because I'm fully remote now, so if I just work, I can work from wherever. And I'm only one
It's true.
time zone out from the rest of my team, so
Well, it's
whatever.
not bad at all. So that's going on. So we've got that coming up. You have so much pre-recording to do. Oh my god.
I know.
Holy Hannah, I
Will
didn't
you be
realize
live
you were
on
going to try to
Boxing
take
Day,
3
says
weeks.
Asa. Oh, that's a good
We will.
question.
Yeah. Your family does Christmas Eve. Your husband's family does Christmas Day, which means Boxing Day, you're mine.
Yeah, formerly we had some family friend Christmas on Boxing Day, but unfortunately that family has sort of dissolved, so I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, me
yeah.
and my dad go Boxing Day shopping, but that's first thing in the morning because both of us are morning people.
Yeah, you're definitely on my noon for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, I suppose live on Boxing Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Get ourselves, have some fancy snacks or leftovers and do a live recording. Live recording is an oxymoron, but that's fine.
Live
Be
recording.
live on Boxing Day?
As opposed to dead recording?
Yes, I guess. And again, because Christmas sort of mucks up everything into the face of the planet, December's e-knitting will be earlier.
Yes.
So keep that in mind if you're joining the Patreon and you are in Patreon and you're used to hearing that second last Saturday. December is one of those months where it's going to be a smidge earlier for everybody's schedules. So otherwise, whew, so much stuff. But yeah, it's a head up. Patreons are getting, I mean, everyone gets the content eventually, but Patreon members are getting it first.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So many things. Yeah, we're live all of December.
My hope is to get organized enough at some point that I can release patterns to Patreon members first with like a code, if I can ever figure out how that works.
Ooh,
and then
fancy.
release it to the general public like a week later or something, but I haven't figured that out yet. Guys, I just found out YouTube does posts, so we're not even going to get started with how far behind I am on tech. I'm not even going to get started.
And I suppose your next live with Louise will be on the 2nd of December.
It will be. It will be. That'll be the next check-in, which will be a Thursday night live with Louise.
Wild.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? It's going to be here before we know it because it's already nearly double digits. Like it's the 7th today.
It's wild. So wild. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy pants. So all of that's going on.
Oh my gosh. Well,
As always,
Oops, sorry. I have future yarn on the go, I realized.
That's fine. That's for future Diana to worry about.
Well, I was just going to throw out, on the off chance that I'm going to be in Ottawa this week, like as in tomorrow. I will be in Ottawa, and so if anybody else is in Ottawa and wants to get coffee at some point, I don't quite know what my schedule is because it's a work thing. But if anybody is in Ottawa this week and wants to try to schedule a coffee or something, I guess, what's the best way of doing it? Let's go with DM on Instagram because I get the little pop-up.
You do. And I'll see it so I can poke you.
Yes.
So let's do that. That is the best way to do it. All right, now can I do my spiel?
Now you can do your spiel. Spiel away.
As always, we super understand that budgets are a thing. Not everybody can afford to support us financially. Liking, subscribing, commenting on the channels down in the description and in the comments down below is super, super helpful. And you can, as always, find us on Instagram as Northerners Podcast. We even occasionally get on the Facebook. We're not great with Facebook, but both of us have some reservations about social media, so it's a balancing act for the two of us.
Oh, man.
We both very, very much understand how detrimental it can be.
I never feel good on the days where I fall down the social media hole.
No, I never do either. So with all that going on, we are running, this is the last month for the Winter Gear Cal. Woo! The hashtag is NKP Winter Gear KAL. It does not need to be knitting. It does need to be color work-ish.
Ish.
So we've discovered mosaic is a lot of knitting, but it looks like color work, so it counts. For the winter gear itself, it can be mittens, it can be fingerless mittens, it can be hats, it can be toques, it can be headbands. I say hats and toques like they're different things, but I just assume not everybody knows what a toque is.
Fair.
That makes sense?
Fair. We
Could
do
be a
have
cowl.
lots of non-Canadians.
It could be a shawl with color work in it that you wear like a scarf. Therefore, it is a winter gear accessory. It counts. Any sort of idea. It's just the stuff you wear with your winter coat when it gets cold outside. Works. Cool. Great. We got it. Beautiful.
Yep.
Entries are going to use the hashtag NKP Winter Gear Cal on Instagram. Otherwise, we can't find them. We love your work, but if you don't hashtag it, I can't find it. And I can't ogle it and then add that pattern to my to-make list. Because that happens a lot. Like, a lot. It's not healthy, guys. And you can also, if you don't use Instagram, but you do use Facebook, drop it into the Facebook group, which is Northern Knits Podcast on Facebook. The password is don't forget to knit.
Yep.
Just so you know. Asa checks. She's the one who lets you in, because by the time I realize there's somebody there, she's already okayed them.
Same.
I look maybe once a day at Facebook. If I'm honest, like once every other day at Facebook. I'm not
Says hashtag
Facebook
on Facebook as well. It makes it much easier to find.
Oh, yes, that's true. You were right. You were right as always. And now we're ready for prize reveal.
Prize reveal!
The wonderful Erin is donating yarn. Look at this.
It is so pretty. I mean, I know we were looking at pictures and picking yarn and before. It's still so pretty.
Now, Diana picked Prairie Skies, which is this guy here. See if I can get it so that you get some nice color variation. So look at that. Look at that coloring.
Ah. Still so good. Okay.
So good.
I stand by my choice.
I thoroughly agree. I think you have a great choice. I couldn't decide, so I picked a mini set. And it's her Christmas mini set.
Hey!
Christmas mini set. Look at all these Christmassy colors. Perfect for making gnomes out of.
Mm-hmm.
Not even subtle, guys.
No.
Why do I say this? It's because I was like, oh, gnomes are cute. Imagine Landscapes is doing their gnome along, their Christmas gnome creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got gifted the pattern. So I'm like, I'm making the gnome. It's happening. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll make it out of like Erin's Christmas yarn. Erin just was like, here you go, have a Christmas mini set, make a gnome. Yes, I will.
That's so great.
So like, I think the yellow will be his beard and face.
Okay.
But I don't know what other colors I'll use for anything else. Because it's MCAL, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll pick stuff as we go. So this is totally happening. Totally happening. Gnome.
So cheerful. Oh, I love that set.
Now, having said that, this is my mini set. Erin's going to send you guys a mini set. Here's a sample. And this will go back to Erin so it can go out to you guys once Asa has drawn the names for everybody who gets their entries in on time. Oh, everything runs so much smoother if I can offload it. I'm an excellent project manager.
Yes.
Keep track
Also
of everybody's
very effective
schedules.
At herding the kittens. That is me.
Oh.
I am multiple kittens.
Yes, some days. Some days. You are a box of kittens, and it is an interesting task. It's a good thing you're adorable. I don't know where
I'm in
mine's
another
going.
group chat right now that they're trying to organize something, and I'm just like reading all the messages and not responding, and I'm like, oh, I'm one of the problem kittens. Not even a whole kitten, not even a cat. Just like a kitten. The chaos that is a kitten.
Problem kitten.
So
in addition to the Christmas tree I bought a Christmas tree online, and I ordered extra yarn. And by me, I mean my mommy bought me the Christmas tree, guys. My budgets are non-existent. I called my mommy, and my mommy said I could have a Christmas tree. So my mommy bought me a Christmas tree and a sweater quantity's worth of yarn, and added a last-minute Christmas present to my to-make list. She wants some dishcloths, so I picked up some cotton, handcrafted cotton.
Nice.
To make my mom some dish scrubbies, because hers are old and she needs new ones. Done. I will make my mom whatever she wants. Let's be honest, people. She's my mommy. And then I got to the store and I bought more yarn. Because of course I did.
Oh, just gonna throw it out there. If you wanted to make me more dish scrubbies as well, I used one of the ones that you made me. I have used it so much it's got holes in it.
Cool. Excellent. I will make you some dish scrubbies for Christmas.
Perfect.
I picked up a bunch of charcoal and a bunch of white.
Classic colors.
Together, they'd be a sweater quantity and a bit. Separate, they're going to be a new pattern design that I have notes on, but I have not cast it on. So no, I am not ready for test knitters. I'm not ready to send this to Asa. It is not ready to do anything with yet. It is literally notes on scrap pieces of paper. People do not get that excited.
It is merely an idea at this stage.
It is an idea, and now it has yarn and a gauge swatch. That's it. That's as far as I've gone. Next step, cast on Flippin' Project. And make sure...
What category of project is it?
It's going to be mittens, cowl, and headband set.
Okay.
That's like what it's going to be. So I had to buy enough to make all of it. And I'm doing I'm doing mine out of acrylic, and then we'll do it like out of wool too, but I wanted to do at least one of them out of acrylic so that you could show the acrylic and the wool, because they have slightly different looks when they're finished.
Mm-hmm.
And well, yes, I could do a hat. I don't wear hats. There's not enough good headband patterns out there. We need more headband patterns in our lives, not hat patterns. That's why it is not a hat.
I mean, any hat can become a headband if you just don't do the decreases.
True. And I'm just going to make a headband, and if you want to make it into a hat, you can just add in decreases.
Sounds good.
So, but yeah, it's not even on the computer yet. It is still handwritten notes. That might be one of those things I should put up as a perk on Patreon. Like if you're a higher level Patreon member, you could just have access to my concept designs and sketchy notes, and you can see if you could do it yourself.
That would
Here
be
you go.
fun.
Pretty picture, yard weight, color sort of ideas. Here is roughly a cast on start, about where you want to be at the end for your stitch count. Figure it out. I did most of the work. I don't know what your gauge is. I don't know what your yardage requirements are. I haven't put it on the needles yet. I don't know.
Here's my idea. It's mostly readable. It's on paper. Do with it what we will.
Ta-da.
Oh.
Here's a perk.
Also clarifying, she's not doing the draw part. She just makes the lists and we do the draw so that she can be a potential winner. So,
that's true. Yes. She does collect the lists for me.
So if Asa happens to ever be a winner, she has not picked herself.
No, they're auto draws, and we do that part. But Asa collects all the names for me and gets them all sorted and organized. Because if we leave it with me, guys, it takes forever. Now, do I constantly reach out to people? No, we announce it, and if you don't get a hold of me, that's not my problem.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I will not chase you down. I am not your mommy. I am not your child. I do not want a cookie. I'm excited that you won, but it's got to be on your schedule, and if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Because that does let us do something at the end of the year with that leftover funds. We get to donate them.
Mm-hmm.
So every year we pick a charity. If I'm honest, last year's charity was us. I bought us Critical Role. Pumpkin.
I don't know if that's a charity.
Us. I thought it was a charity because I really wanted that plush kitten. So...
I mean, I do love the plush kitten. Frumpkin has been attached to my my go-to bag along with Clifford the travel dragon.
Yeah.
So I have Frumpkin's a travel buddy now.
Yeah, I've got a Frumpkin and I love him. No, we tend to. It's not a lot of money because we don't make a ton of money. It's not.
The point was never to make money. It was just make it a zero-sum hobby.
Make it a zero-sum hobby. So I donate to help keep all the numbers low so that I don't have to pay taxes on any of this stuff because I claim all of it. So this year we're going to donate to a YouTube-driven charity thing that I saw that I was like, oh yeah, I can get behind this. I had been thinking maybe like the CNIB or for like raising awareness for prostate cancer because it's Movember this year. Like it's Movember right now. So like I had thinking like maybe we'll do a donation to one of those because those are also really good causes. Though I need to talk to you because we can go to a website and buy bow ties, and the proceeds from the bow ties go to support research for prostate cancer for men. So it's called a Bowvember, and I think you and I need bow ties.
I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah. yeah, I heard about it on the radio, and I was like, must talk to Diana about this because I think we need bow ties. Because I would turn mine into a hair clippy, and where is a hair clippy?
Gosh,
Other things
sorry.
I cut out when we had it. So that's going. But that's
sorry, everyone.
I got thoroughly distracted with a hashtag called #TeamCs.
God, there's too many things. There's too many Bovembers.
I will try to. I think I made a note in the show notes about where to go for that. I think it's like bovember.ca.
Is it?
Bovember. I think it's bovember.ca.
Bovember.ca.
It's not org. It's not org. I don't think it's org. I think it's Canadian.
Okay, that does seem to be a thing.
Excellent. There's a dude on the Canadian radio. They tend to be Canadian.
Huh. Okay, I'm going to throw this link into the chat while we're talking about it.
It's really important, and it's an easy thing that we can do even though we can't grow mustaches.
Yeah, I can totally wear a bow tie.
My best friend from high school has got, like, he waxes the ends curl, but, like, he has got a mustache. It is serious business.
Headband bow tie. There's socks in a bow tie.
Yeah, and we get to support.
Oh, that's just a classy looking bow tie. I want that bow tie.
I know.
Oh, and it's a Shopify store. Look at that. Sorry, I'm happy about that.
Well, I want the hair one because I don't wear bow ties, but I do put stuff in my hair.
Ooh, buy your 2021 bow tie and its pocket handkerchief created by Philippe Dubuque, and proudly show your solidarity with the men who suffer from this disease. Deliveries starting in October 15th. Okay, wow.
Like,
this
we
is just
need
a
those,
classy
Diana.
bow tie. I'm into it. Okay, I'm buying a bow tie after this.
Yeah, we need bow ties. So that's going on. But what we're going to donate our excess to this year's Team C's. So the idea is, and I first saw it on a Bernadette Banner post because we follow Bernadette Banner. I love her work.
Yes.
I love what she's doing for fashion history and for clothing history. So super excited. But she was talking about #Team C's, and they're raising $300 million, no, $30 million. $30 million is their goal across the YouTube platforms, and it's like they're big YouTubers, right? So like it's a very achievable goal to remove 30 million tons of waste out of the oceans. Damn, so we're going to donate to that cause.
Yes.
Because I am a believer in science. I am a believer in climate change, and I do know that we have been excessively damaging our planet, and now we have to pay the price for that. So we're going to start putting into paying that price because we're helping. We're helping create the problem, so we're going to help with the solution. That's just how that's going to work.
Yes, agree. I am really excited that we have leftover money at the end of the year to do that with. That's very exciting.
We don't have a ton, but I'm really careful about what it is we spend. So like the Patreon members pay for the professional Zoom so that we can do the Zoom calls and have it recorded, and we can do the Patreon e-knit chats, and they pay for tech upgrades, and they pay for the pricing for the stuff that goes out. But like whatever is left over does not stay with me. It goes towards something useful. It goes towards a charity, it goes towards a donation, it goes towards helping people. Like I think one year I did Winnipeg Harvest for Hope. So like we donated so people could have Christmas dinners who used food banks and stuff. And I volunteered my time and gave them the podcast money. And I sat down and I put together baskets for kids so they could have Christmas presents. So like that's the sort of thing I'm into. It's an ambulance.
It happens.
I live near a hospital.
Woo.
This is stuff I cut out when we edit.
Ah, well.
Live.
Hey. Hi.
So
what's going on?
I feel strongly about it. Oh, it's a Mr. Diana.
Hi there. Hi.
We are at the lake.
Hi. I'm live on the internet.
Hello, internet.
Hello,
hi, family.
Everybody. Hello, everybody. Jocelyn and the internet, say hi.
I'll leave you alone, but I figured you might want to say hi.
Oh my gosh, that is the biggest, toothiest grin. Hello. Looks so nice out there.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled
Scheduled programming.
Bye!
Oh, bye. Yeah, I heard that. Should catch up on chat, because that's it. I'm out of things to talk about.
Okay, catching up in chat. Nikki Knits was saying, I still have to send you a picture of the MCN fingering sock that I was telling you about. It's in the... It is in the bin that is in the back in the office. So
yeah, I know that feeling.
I assume you know what that means.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we're good. It's good. I got it. I know it's like one of those ones where it's like we were wrapping up the live with Louise on Thursday. I was like, we need to talk about secret information, guys. It was planning the challenge for February, but we don't want to give anybody dates until we've settled on something. We just forgot to do it before we went live. So I was like, uh-oh, how do I tell you don't hang up on me? And then of course everyone's like, secret info. I'm like, it's the dates. We just don't want to give anybody the dates and have to change them later. So we're like narrowing down the dates, but we're not going to release any info until we know for sure, A, she's got the holidays that period of time and everything was worked out. I'm not that fancy. I'm not that interesting. That's not how that works. The biggest secret I've kept all year was Diana coming to visit in September.
I was just really confused because apparently I tapped my headphone at some point and I'm like, who's like very quietly talking in my ear that isn't you? It's Matthew Mercer. I accidentally hit play on the Critical Role episode.
Oops.
He's just very quietly murmuring in my ear. I'm like, this is weird.
I mean, it's a whisper. I don't think that's what you want right now.
No, that was weird.
So there you go. That's it. My secret information is not that fancy or that secret, if we're honest.
Related to Movember and Bovember, Sherry was asking, what if you can grow a mustache, lol?
Lol. It's up to you. If you want to grow a mustache to help support and raise awareness for prostate cancer, do it. I can't, so I would like a bow tie.
I also cannot, so bow ties. Heck yes.
Bow ties.
I'm so really on board with the bow tie.
Yeah. So these are things because they're important to support for. Same ways, if I had a man in my life, I would buy him breast cancer awareness boxers. This would be a thing I would do. I don't, so it doesn't happen. And when I did, it would mortify the one I was dating, so I didn't do it either.
I don't know if Mr. Diana would appreciate pink boxers. I feel like that's not his style.
It's not like anybody would know. Because nobody really should know what kind of underwear he's wearing, but you and him. Maybe
yes, but
his doctor.
He would know. I mean, it's like, why do we wear fancy underwear? Like, not many people are going to see it. So, like, the fancy underwear is for me.
For us.
Yeah.
It's for us. So we feel good.
Yeah. If you're not so keen on the pink underwear, then, you know, maybe you don't want to wear pink underwear. But he'd be super on board if I just, like, did a donation and did not make him wear pink underwear.
Also fair. Also fair.
Also wants to know if Sherry's gonna have a mustache for the next E-Knit In. I also want to know the answer to this.
Sherry did that to herself, so she can answer that question.
Okay. I think maybe that just leaves books left.
I'm still watching Babylon 5.
Okay.
I'm just about done Babylon 5. So, and I have a Warhammer book to read this week. So I don't have anything to talk about that's just for fun reading. I've been doing a lot of work reading and stuff. So kind of boring stuff, guys. Kind of boring stuff.
I have been doing some audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
So I started and finished Atomic Habits.
Good.
Have
you adopted any of it?
I did not remember how short that book was. Like,
it's short.
Because I listen to things at 1.5 speed usually. So on 1.5 speed, it's like just over 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a short book.
That's short. So yeah, I did Atomic Habits this week.
Are you going to adopt any Atomic Habits this week?
I have attempted to.
Well, I'm thinking because you're in Ottawa this week, so it'd be really easy for you to do a reprogram because you're in a new space. So you don't
True.
have all the usual pitfalls. So once you come home, you've already been doing it for 7 days. So it's already an ingrained habit.
Well, I'm only gone for like
Or sorry,
4
days.
4 days. It's really only 4 days.
Yeah.
But
So
it's still some days. Okay.
That gives you a solid foundation to work from.
Hmm.
And you've had some positive
okay.
reinforcement because it's gone smoothly for the first few days, so it's easier to adapt it into your space. It's the same way as I'm thinking, like, now that I'm finishing up the tidying and putting everything away and all that stuff, I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to go back to a regular schedule, picking up those atomic habits I want to create. It's going to be easier because I haven't been in a predictive schedule and a predictive space for very long. Mostly because I flipped the office and bedroom, so everything's a little out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have the added thing of whatever I'm going to do, it needs to happen on a schedule because it's a work thing, so there is a schedule.
Yep. Which will help plug in changes you want to make.
Melanie would like to know if you are looking forward to the Wheel of Time series coming on Amazon. Starts on the 19th.
Yes and no.
It looks pretty. I know nothing about Wheel of Time, so it looks pretty and I will watch it.
I've been rereading the books. I'm waiting for the next book to come up on the library on the Libby app for me to get out. But I mean, like, I'm already about like what, book 4, book 5. So like it's fine. First season they'll be in book 1. I'm good. I have a hit and miss thing with adaptations. I love when adaptations are faithful to the core points of the material and make superficial changes for the format change. So because books can be very inside the head and you get a lot of the character dialogue, internal monologue, I'm happy to not have that internal monologue in a video aspect and to have it visually accessible for people who can see. That is perfectly fine, but the core of the character and the character arc stays the same, and the reasons you're following that character are true to the character. And I am incredibly picky about actor selection. Like, I am insanely judgmental if you do not find the right person for the role and you change that core concept of that character. It pisses me off, and I never forgive you. I will forgive all sorts of other changes for adaptations to a video format, but if you F up the person you hired to play that role and it's the wrong person, I'm out. I'm hard out.
Well, the casting makes or breaks the whole thing, right? Well,
it does.
I mean, I guess like writing also is very important, but like
yeah,
casting is
when you have such a rich world to pull from, like you do in the Wheel of Time, if you've F up the casting, you have not read the books. You have not done anything in the field of Wheel of Time, and you've just messed it up. You've just totally ruined something that has staying power for a reason. And you've made it bad because you've fundamentally changed the characters. There are some acceptances we have to have as a society that a book written previous to our generation is going to have some problems, and those problems need to stay there so that they are a part of the discourse in the new format. I don't want to lose those problems, because if we lose those problems, we lose that discourse. And then my niece doesn't understand the difference between why we think the way we do now versus how we thought then, and why we've had that evolution of change, which just dooms her to repeat the same bloody mistakes we've made because we've not taught her the difference, because we've lost that discourse by hiding that history. And it goes both ways. It is one of the primary issues I have with The Expanse, is because they messed up those character choices. They changed the core concept of the characters and what the characters were representing, and they real bad. So that is always my concern with adaptations. Do I like Keira Knightley? No. Did I think she did fine in Pride and Prejudice? Yeah, I thought she did fine. It's a very acceptable adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. You know, it's no Colin Firth as Darcy, but we take what we can get. So it's fine. It's an the adaptation of Bridget Jones's Diary into a movie. Delightful. Well, it was quite well done. It was very enjoyable, but the core of the characters and the core of the story stayed the same. So if we have the same core story, yeah, I'll enjoy it. They fucked that. We're gonna have problems, and I'm gonna be the first to be ranting about it. So I have no tolerance for that sort of changing and ignoring the history of the original publication.
We watched the 1984 Dune movie last night. This is related to casting choices.
So
we watched
good.
the 1984
so
Dune
bad.
last night.
Oof.
This is after I've seen this year's new Dune. And I thought
1984 was like 20-ish years after the book was published. And we're like 20 years from that. No, we're almost 40 years from that. Because Dune was published in like 1962, 64. And then in 1984 was the first movie adaptation. And it's a bigger world, and it's a more complex theory than Game of Thrones, than The Lord of the Rings, there's like...
Yeah, well, there's a whole freaking universe, not just like a couple of continents.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought this year's Dune, the new Dune, had like a reasonably diverse cast that, you know, made sense. Like the people that live in the desert have darker skin and darker hair. Makes sense.
Because they're exposed to more sun. Yeah, there's a logic to it, yeah.
1984 Dune is so white. Like, it just struck me right off the top. Like, it's so white. The casting choices. Why? Why are the desert people white?
Because in 1984, that's what we did. But, like, we can't lose that discourse. We can't lose that. This is why we have to have this discussion. Because in 1984, that was acceptable. And now we have to understand that that's not acceptable. So, like, do we forget the 1984 Dune never happened? We shouldn't.
It was
we need
striking.
That it's the same way we need to have the discourse about the book. It's the Harkonnen family, which is the bad people. Do you know why they're bad? Because they're fat. We need to talk about the fat shaming that book does. Because
there's a lot of problems that I haven't read the book, but I can see the problems. Like the Harkonnens, except for like that one nephew guy, they're all like ugly. So they're the bad guys, and like,
yeah,
and then the like,
we need to have those
white guy Paul Atreides is coming in to solve all the desert people's problems because they can't solve their own problems. They need a white guy to come in, and there's problems.
There's a lot of problems with that book, and we can't. And it's the same with the Wheel of Time. There is problems with the Wheel of Time. There are some huge problems with the Wheel of Time, but we can't lose those character cores, because then we lose that discourse to talk about it. And then we just repeat the mistakes we've already done.
Yep.
Same way, it's like, do I like that there's a lot of statues and streets and schools named after people who supported and endorsed residential schools? No, I don't. It's very, very uncomfortable. And I grew up knowing... I grew up knowing about the children buried because I am a part of that culture. So like, I knew that they were there. We've always known that they were there. Nor do I think that those statues should all come down. Nor do I think that all those school names should be changed. I want that discourse because that's how we teach. That uncomfortable history has to exist on both sides, and we have to talk about it.
And if we just change everything and take down statues, we're just sweeping it under the rug?
60 years from now, we will have kids who don't believe it was a thing that ever existed. Just like now we have people who don't believe that Nazi concentration camps were a thing. Because we don't talk about it. We don't give that part of history to people. So now they believe it's a falsity. It's a complicated world in my brain. It's a complicated world in my brain, and it's not easy. Man. It's not easy to navigate in here, but without those uncomfortable conversations, we'll just do what we've always done.
Yep.
And we have more than enough written history. More than enough history to prove that, oh no, we will.
We absolutely will. Despite our best efforts, we will.
It's not even best efforts. Most of us aren't even trying.
Okay. Maybe if we gave it some best efforts, we'd repeat it less often.
That, I can see an argument for that. I can see an argument for that, yes. And it's awkward. I've been trying to get Diana to read books that are difficult and hard and cause her to look at things she doesn't want to all year. It's not succeeding, but I keep trying.
Well, see, my problem is I read for escapism, and so I just can't. I can't.
Gotta consume that media somehow. Gotta have that discussion somewhere. I know.
Maybe
it's not
like
easy.
watch a documentary or something. Reading is escapism for me, and I just can't process it. I just won't read. If my reading stack is all difficult history, I just won't read.
Whereas I went to school for difficult history readings, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Nikki Knits. I talk about that on my last podcast. It is a part of my family history.
Yeah. It's a difficult part of family history. It's one of those ones that I have more problems with using disfigurement and disability in social media for indicators of evil than I do necessarily with events that have happened in generations past, like pre-me, causing complications later on. So I am, because I sit in two cultures, I am a little more forgiving of both sides of the argument because I sit in the flippin' middle, and that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the middle. It's awkward. I'm stuck between two parents in the middle of a divorce, and it's not going pretty. Like, it's just so stuck. But the disfigurement thing, oh yeah, I'm on that bandwagon, something fierce. Like, I just want to start punching people who give bad guys scars on their faces, who make it so that if you've got a limp, you're an evil genius. Like, I'm over that.
I'm just like flipping through Disney movies in my head and like the villains and like.
Don't end up to Disney. Take a pick of anything that's been put out in mainstream. When you look at action flicks, bad guys are scarred. They've been burnt.
Physical disfigurement, and
disfigurements.
Queer coding.
Yep, makes them bad, which is not okay. Like that's my soapbox. Not okay. It's not okay.
Okay.
That's my soapbox.
Nikki Knits. My grandmother never went by her birth name. She chose an English name so she would not be treated different.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in a very slightly lighter vein, I also started a new book for my book club.
Good. Which book is this one?
It's The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I think it was on a Canada Reads list a few years ago.
It was,
which is how it ended up on the book club list. But I believe that, like, it is a fictional fantasy novel, but it's based around the Opium Wars, I think, in China?
I think so, yeah. I think so, from what I remember. It's like, I was ages ago I read it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be my audiobook on the very long drive to and from Ottawa this week.
Yeah. Excellent.
But like I'm a couple chapters in and it's like we've opened up on a very intense exam scene, so I'm like, I get you, I feel you, this is important. This is a life or death. I understand you.
Oh, most of us have been there. Woof.
Yeah.
I both miss and don't miss those stress moments. Does that make sense?
Oh my god, I do not miss them. Do not miss. I still have those exam dreams where it's like you have an exam for a course that you've forgotten that you were enrolled in, but now you have to take the exam for some reason.
What kind of dreams do you have? Oh my goodness.
So many people have those.
Nope.
Lots of people have those. Because every time I bring it up, at least one other person in the conversation is like, yep, had that dream.
Nope. Never had that dream.
Or you show up for the exam and you find out it was yesterday. I know somebody that it happened to for real. He like took the day off work to come write his exam, got to the exam room and they're like, yeah, no man, that was yesterday.
Yep. Nope. I've never had that dream and I've never had that happen to me. That would have sucked baloney butts. That would have been so bad.
God, yeah. He had a bad day.
I had a bad day.
Turns out they'll if you honestly just completely miss it like that, they'll give you like one free deferred exam for screwing up.
Well, it's because it's going to happen at some point. Nobody's perfect. Something is going to go wrong. Oh, no, I've done that. So, no, I've never had those types of dreams. Sometimes I wake up and I feel like I'm falling. And then I got the 2 nightmares. That's about it. That's all I have.
Asa, I've been in a down period for reading, but finished a book by an author I have known for 10ish years. She hosted the first knit nights I attended.
Oh, nice. That's exciting.
Erin has the exam dream, and I hadn't had an exam in almost a decade, right? Like, yeah, it's getting close to a decade for me, and I still have the stupid exam dreams.
Mm-mm. But again, people always said it was hard to sleep the night before an exam. I never had a problem, so I handle stress differently, I guess.
Yeah, different things are stressful, maybe. Oh my god, what is that horrible sound? There's somebody's doing something with a power tool outside, and it's just a very faint, very high-pitched sound, and it's so annoying.
Power tool.
Ugh, I hate it. Anyway, that's all I have for books.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's it.
We should wrap it up so you and I can finish watching that last episode of the last campaign.
Yes, also, I need to pee so bad.
So bad.
So bad.
No, so bad. So if we're caught up on chat.
We are indeed.
Say, we love you. Stay safe and stay crafty. And I am Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit. And fade. Fade into
Gotta go to
song.
the bathroom. Oh my
Fade to
gosh.
song.